And finally, look at the cerebellum from the front view. There's lots of structures to see. First of all, this is the posterior lobe. So if this was the top view, this is the posterior lobe. The posterior lobe continues back and runs along the bottom of the cerebellum. So here, this is the posterior lobe looking from the back, comes towards us, and then curves and runs along the bottom of the cerebellum. So the entire bottom portion of the cerebellum is the posterior lobe. This because it's the back, so it would come here and then turn, go down along the bottom, the posterior lobe. And then since this is the front view, that arrow going that way is actually going to be coming this way. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is the back view. We're following along the back, the posterior lobe, go under the cerebellum, and then from the front view, there, it goes along the bottom surface and comes back up. Okay, like so. So we started there and we went along the bottom and we came back here. So this is the posterior lobe. And there is the anterior lobe, seen from the front view. Anterior lobe, posterior lobe from the back goes all the way under the cerebellum and comes back from the front. It stops here at this fissure called posterolateral fissure. So you had anterior lobe, posterior lobe, posterolateral fissure. Posterolateral fissure. Okay, so we're done with the lobes. Next, looking at the front view, you see there's two structures sticking out here. Those are the cerebellar tonsils. Then you have this long structure here, that's the vermis, because it looks like a worm, the vermis. Along the midline somewhere here is a circular structure called nodula, nodula. And here, right on the posterolateral fissure, is like a structure that looks like a little bush. That's called floccula. Nodula, floccula, posterolateral fissure, anterior lobe, posterior lobe, and vermis. And finally here there's three structures on both sides, one on each side. And these are the cerebellar peduncles. There's the middle cerebellar peduncle, superior cerebellar peduncle, inferior cerebellar peduncle. So this receives connections from the medulla, this from pons, and that's from the midbrain. Okay, so that's the structure of the cerebellum. So this here is the view of the cerebellum from the side. Okay, so you can see this here, that's the pons, that's the midbrain. You can just see the inferior colliculus there. This here is the medulla. And then if you look here, there is the primary fissure separating the cerebellum into the anterior and posterior lobe. And there's the cerebellar tonsil that sticks out on the bottom in this area. Okay, now if you take this is not a cross section, this is the full cerebellum, and if you cut it in a sagittal section like this, you will get something like this kind of structure. So this is cerebellum cut in cross section.